Kick it off, guys. It is the Thursday before the Christmas holiday, and I want to thank you for taking some time to join me and watch this. And we're going to have some fun. This is our Thursday roundtable discussion. We do a series of calls throughout the week, and this is just one of them. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm one of the co-founders here at Elify. I'm joined with my partner, Guy Toole. We've got a few other people on the call as well. And you know, the holidays are upon us, so a lot of people are checked out, and more power to them. But some of us are still checked in and finishing strong, and I want to commend those of you who are doing just that. In fact, Guy, we kicked off this week talking about really seeking a solution. And that's such a broad topic because we can seek a solution to pretty much any problem that we have in any area of our life. And I think that's really why we went broad with that, seeking a solution. But the reality is, if you've identified a solution, and we've sort of ideated on this topic many times before, you know, if you're working on a goal, if you have an objective or an outcome you want to reach, and you have not reached it, and you've sort of been pounding against the wall to get there or trying different things, it's not that you failed your goal or that your goal has failed you. It's that you've got to find a different system. You've got to seek a different solution to continue to work ahead, right, James? You just got to seek it. And it's if an obstacle comes in your way, it's how am I going to get over this, under this, around this, or heck, even through this. And I think that's part of seeking the solution. But one of the things I mentioned on Monday, and I think this is the core right here, and I really want to drill down on this with the group today, Guy, and get whatever insight we can gather from the collective thought here is, if you have a solution, you need to implement that solution. That's going to take some action. One thing we see a ton of is a lot of people know what they need to do, but they just don't take action on it. So there's something that prevents you from taking initial action, you know, and what strategies do we have to overcome making that initial change? Because sometimes change is hard. And then secondly, and almost most importantly, is once you've started taking action, how do you sustain that action indefinitely until success is reached? Really, if this is the path that's going to take you to what you deem success, then you're going to have to go down that path until you've reached the end goal. And I made the comment, discipline, and this is what I've seen after looking at, watching, reviewing, analyzing a bunch of successful people. Discipline really is the enemy of failure. If you become relentlessly consistent on putting in the action necessary, right? Putting in the actions required in that new system, it becomes an inevitability that'll take you to success. It's just a matter of time. But that time is the challenging part, right? We want the success immediately. We expect we're going to do the activity one time. And, you know, maybe if it's an action, I do it one time, I pick up the phone, make the phone call's over, and I hang it up. It's a one-time action. But if getting to success means I have to do 10,000 phone calls, I'm going to have to pick up the phone and put down the phone and repeat that process over and over and over again. And I'm going to have to be diligent about that. I'm going to have to be consistent about that, relentlessly consistent. And I'm going to have to flex that discipline muscle a lot. So I want to throw that out here, Guy, over to you, because I truly believe it's the people I see who are successful over and over again, and they're talking about their strategies and they're talking about what they've done. They found the one thing that they needed to do, or the handful of things they needed to do, and they were disciplined enough to do them over and over and over again, you know?
Discipline, implementation.
Yeah.
Sticking to it. I mean, we all have something that we need to be more disciplined on.
Sure.
There's times I look at my day and I was like, I got to be more disciplined on the day.
Yeah.
And really dig in. A lot of it's going to be digging into what our values are to make sure that we can stay disciplined.
Yeah.
To that, to move forward. We talked about it last night, the obsession compared to the interest. Everyone has an interest, right? Interest, I don't care. Interests are hobbies. But obsession is going to be something that will advance and move people forward if they're truly obsessed about it. Or if they're giving you lip service, we'll just see where they continue to stay.
Yeah.
That's what we experience. That's what we know. Through all the data and research, through studying other thought leaders, we were talking in depth yesterday on some things.
Yeah.
And we're talking about different platforms and different leaders and who have large followings, who basically, we're still live, are selling guaranteed pieces of SH. We know what.
Sure.
And they're high ticket items, and people think that they need them, and they don't. Yeah. They have something in their message that is telling me that I need it.
Yeah.
And it's a farce. Like we were talking yesterday as well. We do what others think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be something in other people's minds, like, we're selling him this. It's not going to get him anywhere, but we're lining our pockets.
I see it all the time, right?
The lifestyle people. Call it out, the lifestyle people all the time. If you're paying for something and you're seeing them do an infomercial or whatever in a jet or driving their Lamborghini or at their mansion or in Key Largo or wherever they're going, you're paying for that.
Yeah, right. I know.
Are you moving forward? There's a high likelihood you're not, because there's probably complexities. Again, it's probably something that's not fine-tooth, been taken through with a fine-tooth comb. We learned something as of late on other platforms on the amount of refinement that you have to do on some things.
Yeah.
To make them work.
Yeah.
We know that in our own application that it takes refinement to make your message work. Right, Jeff? I know from copywriting aspect, it's probably 80% research and 20% writing, maybe 90% research and 10% writing.
Yep.
But it's making sure that your message is going to be providing a solution to people's needs, right? Their problems, from the whole topic of this week, solutions versus problems. And you have one or the other. And I'm one that is saying I am done with problems. I'm done with problems. I'm over it. I'm over. If you could see on my board, there are no problems, only solutions. There are no failures, only opportunities. There are no losing, only learning. That was from a long time ago when the Bigger, Better, Stronger program came out.
Yeah. And
people are still saying this message.
Yeah.
Why do, we've harped on it probably multiple times this year. Why do a lot of people echo the same thing over and over again? Well, right. They might need to find a different strategy in that message so the people on the other end hear it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, we're gonna wind down this little thought-provoking topic here and on the live. We're gonna open this up to the internal group for some dialogue here and some roundtable discussion. If you've liked what you heard and you want to join these, get in on the Week at a Glance, join the Elify community, join these live Zooms and join the conversation. If you think somebody needs to hear what we just talked about, maybe send this back along with them. So with that being said, Guy, we'll end this and we'll jump into some deep conversation on this.
Have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you next week sometime. You'll be on with ER tomorrow for Friday with the founders. With this weather that blew in, and it blew in quick. And I know it's chilly down there in the Springs as well. I was shoveling this morning at -19. I told ER I was out there for 10 minutes, and it was probably a few minutes too long. Took a while for my face to warm back up. We are in a heat wave right now at -11. So have a